Hello and welcome to And If Love Remains. I am your host, Mike Levitt. And that's my daughter in the background laughing at me. I'd like to welcome everybody to the show today. We have a very special podcast in mind. This is very exciting for me. We have the cast of the Seek's production. We'll talk about all that in a minute.
Part of the cast.
Okay. Peeps, let's talk about this again. Rachel, my daughter, who just is a mic hog apparently.
I was telling them that it was part of the cast, not the entire cast.
You don't need to get close to the microphones. I have them turned up. So all it will do is blow my eardrums out. All right. So we have part of the cast, which I was going to mention, but it is the cast of Twelfth Night, a production by Seek and Guest. Hello, Anna. Say hi. All right. So we have, this is exciting. We're going to talk a little bit about the play. This is 2020, so lots of exciting things happened before, during, and after the play. And we're going to talk a little bit and this was also going to go into the Shakespeare's Shorts podcast that we've been starting. So this will be one of those. And eventually I hope to have the show on the podcast so you guys can actually watch the show. So that would be fun. So first what I'd like to do is we're going to start over here, and I'd like to say your name, and then we'll get into the play.
What about the role?
We'll get there. In fact, let's start there. We're going. So first we got to talk about the play. The play was A Midsummer's Night Dream. No.
It was 12th Night.
Romeo and Juliet. It was a tragedy, right?
I'm glad I'm not a tragedy.
Maybe kind of.
12th Night. Oh,
Malvolio was sad.
It was Malvolio.
It was the most sad thing alive.
Malvolio was very sad. I think Malvolio is like terribly crushed. But anyway, we'll get there. So yes, it was 12th Night. So what I'd like to do is go around the room and have everybody say their name and say the part that they thought they would have and say the part that they actually received.
I'm McKenna Cunningham, and I don't actually have a part I thought I would get, but I got Viola.
Viola. All right.
My name is Autumn Mason, and I thought I might get Viola, but I wasn't sure. I was really hoping to, but McKenna definitely outcast me, and I'm very happy for her. But I ended up being Feste the Fool.
What a great fool you were.
Thank you.
You tried so hard.
I did. I tried very hard.
I'm Amanda Mason, and I played Fabian in the play. And I'm not really sure what character I thought I was going to get, but...
Okay. Awesome.
I'm Lydia Hancock. I played the officer, the maid, and the person I thought I was going to be was Olivia.
Sweet.
No, everyone else thought she was going to be Olivia. I'm Rachel Levitt, and I wanted to get Mariah. I'm not sure what thought I would get, but I did get the part eventually.
Eventually?
Eventually.
Oh, I guess we're going to talk about that.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later.
All right.
My name's Austin Colbert Davis, and I've got the role of Cowboy Joe in the play. Although I wanted to be the drunk cowboy in the play, Cowboy Jeff.
I'm a cowboy.
Truly, my name is Isaac Parents, and I got the role Sir Andrew Agarty, who's a complete idiot of the play, who loves to drink and make fun with Sir Toby. The role that I wanted to have in the play was Sebastian.
Ah, fascinating.
I didn't know that.
I'm Ben Mason, and I thought I was going to get the ship's captain, and I did.
What a coinky-dink.
Let's go. Cast your role, incredibly. I'm Matthew Levitt, and I don't know why, but as soon as Isaac said he thought he was going to get, he makes fun with Sir Toby, he looked at me, and Sir Toby was the part I thought I was going to get, but I cast for Malvolio, and I apparently got Malvolio, so yeah, that was fun.
Fun.
I remember you trying it.
Sounds fun. That's pretty amazing. Well done. Okay, cool. So, first of all, we need to talk a little bit about Twelfth Night as a play, and then we'll talk about like what you guys. So, who would like to do like the quick summary? Amanda, you're up.
Okay, so Twelfth Night is basically about two siblings, one Sebastian and another Viola, and they both get separated in a storm at sea. And Viola survives, but she doesn't think her brother has, and she goes to work for the Duke. She dresses up as a page and goes to work for him, and eventually it leads her to the doorstep of the Countess Olivia, and she does not like Duke Orsino, but Viola, who is actually Cesario as a page, comes to proclaim Orsino's love for her. But eventually, Olivia falls in love with Viola, who she thinks is a man, but is actually a woman.
Dope!
And so, yeah, and as the play unfolds, all these catastrophes happen. Yeah.
Catastrophe after catastrophe.
Means Sir Andrew.
And since it's the
Andrew as a person is basically just a huge catastrophe.
Who's worse, Cowboy Joe or Sir Andrew?
and since it's a tragedy, everybody ends up dead, like in Hamlet.
Actually, we all end up happy,
Oh,
except
okay.
for, well,
Malvolio.
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 He's kind of...
I never end up happy.
All right. So now, okay. So why is it called Twelfth Night? That's my first
No
question.
idea.
Mr. Isaac.
My idea of it is that Sir Toby once says the 12th night of December in the play, and that's what I think that's why it's called that.
Oh, okay.
What was the context?
It was during the drunk scene, so he's saying, the 12th night of December before Mariah shuts him up.
So
I
Well, that line was cut off the
hated, but
Oh, I see.
Yeah, I see.
enjoyed that.
My understanding was the play happened over a period of 12 days. So,
But
12
wasn't it
nights.
12 nights.
Well, wasn't it 3 months after between the beginning of the play and the end of the play?
Well,
And Sebastian comes into the town.
Valentine mentions that Cesario's been with the Duke for 3 days, and he's already been known him really well. And 3 months is actually when Sebastian and Antonio spend their time together.
Yeah,
So
so
it's about 3
she.
months between the shipwreck, but
But that
Valentine's
doesn't
3
mean that
days.
it's 12 days because 3 months is more than 12 days. I think we all.
I think it sounds to me, and I'm no Shakespearean scholar, nor do I play one on TV. But it sounds to me like if you were to say the setting would be in this place that's kind of been setting itself up over 3 months, but that the play itself takes place over like 12 days. Does that sound right?
I believe so.
Okay. Neither here nor there. Now, you guys had kind of a funny twist on it. What did you guys do differently that is different? Yes.
Well, we actually turned the play from Shakespeare's time and turned it to the 1920s, which was really fun. So we all got into these little bob hairdos, and we wore all these cute costumes from that time, and danced from that time to Charleston. Yeah!
We all had to know it in our sleep.
That is what Tiny Bingham said. Know the Charleston in your sleep.
All right. And then McKenna. So this actually, I want to back up a little bit. McKenna, you guys actually studied Shakespeare for a semester prior to doing the play. Is that right?
Yeah.
And what did that look like? Like, what did you guys have to study? What did you do?
Well, we studied. Yeah, we studied Macbeth. So that was really interesting because it's kind of very different from 12th Night. So it's just
It's the opposite of 12.
yeah. So it just creates a whole different kind of play. So
Okay.
that was fun.
So you guys read and studied Macbeth. And then you guys had some mentors, and you did that over the course of. Now it's kind of strange because of the what we like to call the vid here in Coronaville. Well, this was like a long time ago.
Yeah,
This was like
it was.
it would have been about a year ago that you guys would have finished that first semester right about now, right?
Yeah, we would have been wrapping up about now.
Okay, so that's kind of a fascinating twist. Now, and who were your mentors for the class and the play? How'd that all work?
Well, so Sister Bingham was our director, and she was awesome. And who was our stage manager? Wait, I completely...
Matthew, it was Sister Parent.
Oh,
She
I'm sorry.
teaches one of your classes.
Okay, so
Our
Sister Parent
classes.
was actually our stage manager. And even though I forgot who it was, she was awesome too. I'm pretty sure she kept Hunter basically sentient for the entire rehearsal.
Sentient?
Sentient, yes.
Okay.
He didn't completely go crazy completely.
Yeah.
And yeah, those were the two off my head.
Those were the two people that kind of...
Sister Kellogg.
Robin Kellogg was our producer, and we really couldn't have done it without her. She is incredible. She puts this together every year for us, and she has Chatty Bingham come teach us, and she really she offers her home to let us have classes there, and she is incredible. I really look up to her.
Now, one thing I should mention is Seek is a homeschool group, and so these are all, by their and or their parents' total commitment. I did this. This was not part of a school project. I guess it kind of is, but a self-studied school project, I guess is a good way to say that. Anyway, so very cool what they do. And it's something that they do just about every year or every other year?
I think it's been every year for the past 3 years.
Yes.
Okay. That's fabulous.
Actually, so my brother was in it. He's 20 now, and it's actually been going on. Before Seek, it was Quest, but they're basically the same group. So it's been going on for about 20 years, something like that.
No, it's been going on for 8.
No,
well, since we joined, it's been going on for 8.
Yeah, since we joined.
Right, but it was going on before that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fascinating.
So it was cool.
Impressive. All right, so you guys, so you finished your first semester. You just finished learning some Macbethian philosophy, and you have these tryouts for Twelfth Night. And who was nervous going into the tryout season? Rachel?
Me.
Definitely not me.
Everybody?
Oh, I was so nervous.
So all the girls were nervous, all the guys, except for Miss Hancock over here. She was very calm and relaxed. And all the guys are, cocky and thought they were all going to play the leads. And so, except for Ben.
Everyone tried out for Malvolio, and I just want to say I got it.
I didn't try it from
And he's very humble about it.
Yeah,
too.
we can.
I'm so humble.
We can feel the. Anyway, so let's. So you guys got the, and then you start rehearsals, and what is rehearsal like, and how much obviously it's a lot of work, but how much fun are you guys having during rehearsals? What's that like?
Well, a typical rehearsal was about 2.5 hours. And the first practice, we would start with the read-through of the whole script. And then the next practice, we would finish the read-through and then start working on blocking. And then after that, we would just start memorizing lines and memorizing blocking. And then as time went on, we would start practicing with costumes and hair and makeup. Oh, makeup was a joy. Stage makeup.
So hold on, we gotta stop there because in the midst of you guys didn't get to hair and makeup and when they stopped, right?
We did.
Oh, you did.
We
You got
got
that
all
part.
the way to costumes.
We were a week away from the performance, wasn't it? A week.
Yeah, it was a
away.
week.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
And then we had to
Yeah.
stop because of the virus.
The virus. So sad, and everything shut down. And so Isaac, did you guys think that you guys were going to be doing it? Did you feel like, this is probably just not going to happen? Or what was your guys' feeling at when you heard that you guys were not going to be doing the play?
All I know is that it would be postponed until September or October. I didn't know anything else from that.
Anybody else feel like it was probably not going to happen? Or what was
I felt like there was a chance that it might not.
Yeah.
But I knew it wasn't going to happen over the summer. It would be a while.
I think I'm kind of grateful it postponed.
Yes.
Because
Amen.
I don't think any of us were ready.
I mean, I
Like,
made
I
so
know
many
I was-
changes to my character. Like, I could not
Yeah.
have gone on stage, and I wasn't ready to sing or
Yeah.
anything. Like,
No, you
I was
weren't.
way too nervous. But over the summer, I was able to practice, and
Exactly. Yeah.
you were able to think about it.
How about you sing for us, Autumn?
Let's do it. Let's all sing one of the
We'll all
songs.
do it
Okay,
later.
so you guys did, you guys sang some songs. Festies had some amazing songs. I mean, probably the best songs ever in a Shakespeare play. I don't know.
You did right. No, I mean, it's not like you're biased or anything.
Not at all. But
No bias over here.
no, but in the actual play, like not that you guys didn't do the actual play, but in the play that is set in Shakespeare's time, there is a lot of music in this particular play, isn't there?
Yes.
Yes.
Quite a bit.
And it is Festies that sings most of it,
Yes.
Yeah.
It is.
Sings it all.
and Autumn did an amazing job as Festies 1920s version.
Thank you.
I'm sure it would have been fine with the Shakespeare version too, but 1920s is the only one I can attest to how amazing it was.
Yeah, I'm glad I did 1920. Shakespeare would have been hard.
that would have been a little different. By the way, so when did that happen? When did you guys? And I'm kind of jumping back and forth a little bit, but I'm curious. Like, when did you find out you were doing 1920s? What was that conversation like? Were you excited about it?
I think it was a little bit. I think like a week after it was announced that we were doing 12th night. So it was in the first semester. She
Okay.
said, we're going to do 12th night. And then a week later she said, we're going to do 12th night set in the 20s.
That's pretty.
So,
I sort of wanted to do Shakespeare. That's just my personal opinion.
Wait, say that again.
I sort of wanted to do Shakespeare. That's just my own personal opinion.
You would have liked to see it the
But
old
I'm glad
stuff.
I actually did it as the 1920s for Andrew because that actually was good.
That was pretty fun. I will say one of the great scenes in the play is the sword fighting scene, which is done with golf clubs, and it's absolutely hilarious. It was
really well blocked too.
It was really well blocked. It was a funny scene. There's lots of great scenes, but that was one of the
Except when I
highlights.
hit McKenna's knuckles with
McKenna,
your wrist with it. Are you okay?
Did you recover?
Oh, I'm fine.
Oh, good.
No, her hand is not being able to use anymore. Gave your hand.
So, what? Oh yeah. So okay. So you guys had some songs. You guys had some. What else was different about the play that people? You guys danced to Charleston. Any other changes from? Oh, I know one. Amanda, your part. Wasn't it originally written for a guy?
Yes, it was. And then Sister Bingham gave me the option of doing it a boy or a girl. And I just decided to do differently. And so I did a girl part, which was really interesting because it was slightly harder to do, but it was still really fun. And so I had fun with that.
It was really cool. It was a nice dynamic that you guys had with Maria and the drunkards over here. It was a lot of fun.
I'm a cowboy.
I'm a drunk cowboy. That was fun.
Inside joke.
That was pretty good. Okay, so let's talk some inside jokes. Since you brought it up. All right, who has the best behind the scenes story?
Oh man,
Lydia,
There's so
you look
many.
like no.
Oh, I have one.
Okay, all the guys are ready to go.
Isaac,
All right, Isaac first.
So I was just sitting in the chair. I was about to come on, and I was just sitting in the chair, and
The infamous chair.
I was just sitting in the black chair the entire time I had to be out there, and then I actually almost forgot to get on stage right before I had to. During an actual performance.
Oh no.
No, it was during rehearsal. I amended that right before the actual play, so I didn't actually forget my parts.
That was all right. So we have one like almost missed part that was recovered. Oh, Autumn, you first.
Okay. Well, I know when we were practicing, there's this one scene where Mariah has to slap her hand on Sir Toby's mouth to kind of well,
Shut him up.
Honestly, shut him up, yes. And he swings her around and onto the bench with him, and that makes Sir Andrew fall off, and he conks out on the floor. But in a rehearsal, Rachel slapped her hand so hard on Alex's mouth that the bench started tipping backwards, and he almost fell off the back. It was kind of scary.
Yeah, that was scary, but now looking back on it, it's the most hilarious thing ever.
It was pretty funny.
That's pretty funny.
Okay.
Matthew.
So I have one scene. So this isn't the actual performance. In the first performance that we did, I had one scene where I had to come out in a nightgown.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I still didn't really know how to get my bow tie off because before that, like, I knew how to get it off, but getting it back on was a real pain. So I kept my bow tie on, and I put my nightgown over it, and you could see the little bow tie poking out over the nightgown. And I walked in, and everyone started laughing. It was great. And then I went off, and then after the scene, I went off. And Jean Bingham, which is Sister Bingham's daughter, she came in and said, "Matthew, keep the bow tie on." And I was like, "Okay," because it was just so good.
Yeah, Isaac.
I got another one, so I just remember this one. It's when I was using the tree.
Oh, yeah.
During the garden scene where we spy on Malvolio. And I was carrying this, so I had to put my head through, pick up the tree, and walk across the entire stage. And then I accidentally knocked into the backdrop, and the backdrop fell down in the middle of the play.
So that was what it was when it fell down. Okay, I was just about to tell that because I thought I had stepped on the backdrop and it fell off.
And then I walked over, and I put the tree down, and then we were hiding behind the other backdrop, and the tree fell down.
Oh, yeah. That was in the first performance. That was so funny.
Having seen that performance, that was hilarious in so many ways. It was almost like it was scripted. The way the backdrop fell, the way that you and who was your partner that was hiding behind there?
Alec Vance.
And Alec Vance. You guys immediately put it back up while Matthew's looking around. Malvolio's like, thinks he hears something. It reminds me. Have you guys seen the Pirates of Penzance?
No.
Oh yes.
Okay, so when the when the pirates are singing with cat like tread upon, and then the colonel's like looking around like he hears something and they're hiding in place. It was Matthew played the part of the colonel. Yeah. He's just looking around like, I think I hear something, and then the tree falls down, and then he turns around again, and Isaac puts the tree back up, and then Matthew walks off, and he's like, wait. And he goes over, and this was actually part of the script, I believe. Is he notices it's out of place, can't quite figure out why it's where it wasn't, and anyway, that's a great scene.
I have two.
All right, Rachel.
So the first one, it was during rehearsal. I wish I could get that specific, amazing picture, but I have it in my head. So Matthew's just standing there reading the letter, and then so Alec has to be dragged back by Amanda and Isaac.
Because we're hiding.
Yeah, and he's super mad. So he goes back and he has his fist right over Matthew's head. Like, right there. Matthew doesn't react. And then they drag him back. I wish I'd gotten a picture because nothing after that was quite as amazing.
I just picked up Alec without...
Yeah, when you pick him up, that's hilarious.
I mean, carry him behind the wall.
He looks livid. It is so funny.
Lydia, what about you? Do you have...
Yeah, so I was about to go on stage, and I was the officer, and so I had to grab the other officer, and he was upstairs, and I couldn't find him.
I think we all know who the other officer was.
The other officers.
Hunter.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah, so we almost lost our chance.
Oh,
yeah, that was a scary moment.
Yeah, that was kind of hectic.
He's not here for
McKenna, do you have a great...
I'm trying to think. I mean,
you were on stage the whole time, so you didn't...
But similar to that, we couldn't find Ben for when it was time for him to
And
go
he
to
was
the
upstairs.
priest. He was upstairs too, but we were running around trying to find him, and it was literally right about to go on, and finally...
So
I knew when I had to come down.
So I have to mention, it was great. We, you guys did the play out in a an outdoor arena, at a really good family's home, the Squires, who has a great backyard, and they set that up. It was really, really nice. But yeah, so they're backstage for about a week. There was their living room,
Yeah.
and it was fun. What all right, so I want to go around again. I want to ask you guys, like, what is something that you took away from your character? What did you learn about your character, or what did you learn? So, okay, we're gonna get to you. We're gonna start here with Matthew. We're gonna go around. Otherwise, I will get lost. Malvolio.
Malvolio, something that I learned from Malvolio is I had to change my entire personality type to be Malvolio, and I had to speak in a British accent, which was, I thought it would be way harder than it was, but it was honestly pretty easy, not gonna lie. The British accent.
Wait, did you speak in the British accent?
Yeah, I
didn't notice. I'm just kidding.
It was very subtle.
It was very subtle.
It was kind of subtle.
I spoke in a subtle British accent.
Okay, at least it wasn't Australian.
It was so subtle, it sounded southern. I had a southern drawl. I'm just kidding. Anyway, we finish up. So you learned.
Yeah, so what I learned from Malvolio is that I can be serious some of the time. Which I'm still learning, but let's move over to Ben. Ben, what did you learn
as the captain? Oh, captain, my captain.
And the priest.
And the priest. Oh, priest, my priest.
To be a good sea man.
I didn't really learn anything as a captain, but what I learned as a priest, I learned that I can walk slowly.
That's true.
Oh, man.
You're the best slow walker in all of Slowville.
He's very
Good
slow.
job. Isaac.
Well, there's a lot to take away from my character.
Well, you can
Just
fill
say
9 minutes.
Just say no.
I could talk for 5 hours on this subject and still have a lot more to tell.
Why don't we leave it to the soundbite?
I understand that. So, Sir Andrew, never be drunk in your life. Being drunk ruins your life, and also you get a 45-year-old man who squanders all your money for you. Without even knowing.
That would be in there.
And don't go up and punch random people.
There you go.
Otherwise, you get whipped.
No matter who tells you to.
And don't fight with golf clubs.
Yeah.
All right, Rachel. Okay, hold on. So Rachel's gonna need a little bit, and if somebody else is in this position, let me know. But I think Rachel was in a unique position where she actually played 2 roles. Oh, Lydia too. Okay.
Yeah.
So if you want to talk about either one or both, or what?
It's kind of a long story about how I switched roles, so I'll just do the bigger role. It's more important. Never fall in love with a drunkard.
Yeah, that's good advice.
Good advice. All right.
Tell him to change his ways.
Back up and leave.
Thank you, Shakespeare, for that word of wisdom. All right, Lydia.
I learned from being the officer that I can stand still for a long time.
That's an important trait. Important. That's good. Miss Amanda.
Well, I guess I learned from Fabian is that you should not hang out with drunkards because they're a bad influence on you.
They're funny as heck, though.
Point taken, but kind of irrelevant here.
Until they're throwing up on your couch. All right, Autumn.
Well, everyone's kind of had, they're hanging out with the drunkards, but I had interaction with them, but not as much as Fabian over here, or Mariah, but, I don't know. I mean, I didn't really learn anything about my character, but I kind of learned something about myself. Like, at the beginning, I knew Feste had to sing, and so I was really nervous about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ben knows. I was really nervous. I was kind of freaking out, actually.
Yeah.
Really? That surprised me because you were so calm whenever I saw you, and you did so great. Anyway, continue. That's great.
But yeah, so when we were first practicing, like, I couldn't get into it, and I was having a hard time trying to open my voice and trying to, what Chatty calls project. but in the second after COVID happened, I don't know what happened. Like, I was able to, like, open my voice and discover, like, I could actually sing. And it was just a really good feeling. And to know that I could do it, even though I thought I couldn't.
That's awesome.
I'm pretty sure none of us knew Autumn could sing. I'm just kidding. We all knew you could sing. We all knew you could.
Thank you, Matthew. I just needed to learn that about myself.
Yeah, we all knew that about you before. We just know you so well.
That confidence in me.
Let's see. I guess I learned I can portray a man.
You were very manly.
That is.
I mean, in the beginning, like, just me, I didn't really think they'd be too much different, like, just in, like, stances, but throughout the play, they definitely are, like, I definitely wouldn't stand like that just myself. So,
just like Sister Bingham said, you had to study the male half of the population
and portray them with kindness and compassion.
Come on.
We appreciate that.
It can't be that hard.
No, she was teasing you.
That's awesome.
There, female half.
Any other fun memories that you guys... I'll tell you one of my fond memories is driving you guys home, hearing you guys sing and have fun and just having a ball with each other. That was a blast for me.
Should we sing a song?
Yeah. Wait. First, we have to tell the drunk cowboy story. Yes. So, this story is amazing. So, it starts out with a simple activity. Take a scene from a play, from part of the play, and portray it in a different style.
Time period.
Yeah. So, it would be like mystery, Western. The Western is important. So, McKenna and Isaac, they were doing a certain scene, and it was hilarious.
Begin the drunk scene.
Yeah,
which scene was it?
Begin the drunk scene, so that's Act 2, Scene 2.
And like for us that don't have it memorized, how does that scene begin?
So in the original play, I go on, I stumble on, I fall down twice, and then Sir Toby says, "Approach Sir Andrew."
Okay.
So.
And McKenna, what part are you playing in this?
I was doing Sir Toby.
You were Sir Toby, okay.
So I think Isaac started by saying, "I'm a cowboy," and then McKenna said, "Approach Sir Andrew," and then Isaac said, "I'm a drunk cowboy." And it was,
but just the way he said it.
Yeah.
So what I did is we're supposed to be riding in on horses. That's what McKenna came up with, and she came in completely fine, and I came in so I said, "I'm a cowboy." So I rode on the stage and fell on my face, and then she said, "Approach Sir Andrew," and then I came back on the stage, I ran on my face again and said, "I'm a drunk cowboy," and then I ran down and sat back in my seat.
Which was quite obvious.
And then now it's an inside joke. Whenever someone says, "I'm a cowboy," we all yell, "I'm a drunk cowboy."
Yeah.
I'm a cowboy.
I'm a drunk cowboy.
I don't know that would come into anything.
And there it is.
There's actually another funny story. One of our other friends, Charlotte Kellogg, her brother so Charlotte's character in the actual play used to be a guy, but we changed it to a girl.
From Antonio to Tanya.
Yes.
Okay.
And every time her brother had to talk to Tanya in the scene. But instead of changing the line to she, whenever it came up as he would always say he. And so Charlotte, in protest, would yell, "I'm a woman!" at the top of your lungs. And so that's kind of an inside joke, too. So.
Wait, it was everyone, because everyone would, like, stumble, and she would yell, "I'm a woman!"
Yeah, that's classic Charlotte.
I would do that, too.
Shout out to Charlotte. We love you!
Shout out to Charlotte and the Kellogg's.
Yes.
Oh,
And Vance's.
And Vance's.
We miss you all.
And Anna.
Oh, yes, and Anna.
Anna.
And Hunter.
Hunter
Parent.
Look, we
I don't think Hunter doesn't have anything that he wants to do with Shakespeare. He wants to put the Shakespeare play as the only Shakespeare play he ever does, and then leave Shakespeare in the dust and do baseball.
Yeah, well.
He says he dislikes Shakespeare.
That's
You did pretty
sad.
good.
He will
I was
like.
impressed.
He'll like it more
And he can
after
stand
baseball.
still.
After
He hates the makeup.
Oh yeah.
Well, who
I
doesn't?
think all the
boys
guys
do.
hate the makeup. I think even the girls hate the stage makeup.
What are you talking about? I love the makeup. It's my favorite part.
You
of the
love me
entire play.
torturing you?
All right. Okay. Well, we gotta end with a song or have a song or two. So what do you guys want to sing?
I am gone, sir.
No, when I was but a little tiny
We
boy.
could do both. Yeah, we could do
Wind in the
both.
Rain. Wind in
Just
the
do
Rain.
I Am Gone, Sir, and then we'll go. And then we'll do I'm
Do we want to start the
Wind in
beginning or like the beginning of the second part?
We're
Beginning
gonna
of the
start, I
second
am
part.
gone, sir,
Yeah,
and then
okay.
we can do
So
one.
I am gone, sir.
Yep.
All right. Does everyone know the words, or will
I am gone, sir.
Do we need the music?
And
Hold on. Ready? 1, 2, 3, sing.
I am gone, sir, and anon, sir. I'll be with you again in a trice, like unto the old vice. Your need to sustain, who with the dagger of laugh in his rage and in his wrath cries aha to the devil. Like a mad lad, there is nails that a do good man down. Okay, Matthew.
Nice harmonies.
That concludes the weekly
Well
program.
done.
no,
All right. Now you guys want to do one more?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
When
When I was a little tiny boy with the hay ho, the wind and the rain, a foolish thing was but a toy, for the rain it raineth every day. But when I came to man's estate with the hay ho, the wind and the rain, against knaves and thieves men shut their gates, for the rain it raineth every day. When I came at last to wide with the hay ho, the wind and the rain, my swaggering could I never thrive, for the rain it raineth every day. But when I came unto my bed with the hay ho, the wind and the rain, with its hot spot still had drunken heads, for the rain it raineth every day. Oh, a great while ago when the world began with the hay ho, the wind and the rain. But that's all one, our play is done, and we'll strive to please you every day.
Bravissimo. You guys are amazing. I want to thank you all for being on the show, and If Love Remains. So we have, again, McKenna... What's
Kenny.
that? Huh?
Cunningham.
Autumn Mason, Amanda Mason, Lydia Hancock, Rachel, whatever your last name is. Love it.
Austin Colbert Davis.
Austin Colbert Davis, a.k.a. Isaac Parent. Do you want an a.k.a. too, Ben?
No.
Ben Mason and
Wilbur.
Wilbur, otherwise known as Malvolio, otherwise known as, I don't know who he is. Matthew Levitt. All right.
Thank you.
And this is And If Love Remains. I'm your host, Mike Levitt. You can find all information about the show at www.andifloveremains.com. We do have merch, so pick up your t-shirt, pick up your hat. But most of all, share it. If you had fun with this, as I hope you did, share it with your buddies. And, you know, we should all be part of little Shakespeare organizations in our life. It just makes our world a much better place. Don't you agree?
Yes.
And amen.
And If Love Remains.
let it be so.